EastEnders' latest edition, Mazz Murray, has only just arrived on Albert Square, but his on-screen persona, Joel Marshall, has already been stirring up chaos. Since setting foot in Walford, audiences have learned that Joel's reckless actions in Australia were the reason behind his family's financial downfall, which ultimately forced their return to the UK. It was revealed that Joel had secretly taken an inappropriate photo of a classmate by snapping under her skirt, later uploading the image online. Although Joel's father, Ross Marshall, compensated the girl's family, their condition was that Joel must never return to Sydney. Sadly, relocating to Albert Square hasn't curbed Joel's appalling behaviour, as he was recently exposed for recording himself during an intimate encounter with Avani Nandra-Hart. When Ravi Gulati discovered that Joel had been with his daughter, he attacked him in fury, despite not knowing about the hidden footage. Joel regularly demonstrates traits linked to the so-called incel culture. An incel refers to someone in an online community of mostly young men who believe they are incapable of forming sexual relationships with women, and often express hostility towards women and sexually active men. Joel has also been shown viewing clips from a misogynistic online influencer. The last time Ross caught him doing this, he destroyed Joel's laptop by dropping it in the sink and dousing it with water. Calling him a vile, arrogant, repulsive little pervert, Ross left Joel begging for forgiveness. Who is Mazz Murray? Off-screen, Max comes from a family already connected to EastEnders, as he is following the path of his well-known mother. Max is the son of actress and singer Gina Murray, who has built a long career both on stage and in television. Back in 2014, Gina appeared in EastEnders as a character named Helen, a specialist who supported Carol Jackson in choosing a wig during her cancer treatment. Beyond Albert Square, Gina has featured in shows such as The Bill and Doctors, and more recently portrayed Leslie Stobbart in The Hunt for Raoul Moat. She has also lent her voice to several popular video games, including RoboCop, Rogue City, and Baldur's Gate 3. On stage, Gina has performed in major musicals like Hairspray, Mamma Mia, and Chicago, among others. In 2010, she formed a girl band with her sister, West End performer Mazz Murray, along with theatre stars Anna Jane Casey and Emma Kershaw. The group, named Woman, even recorded a track with legendary Queen guitarist Brian May. Just recently, Mazz revealed that she hopes to join the cast of EastEnders herself, keen to explore TV acting as a fresh challenge. In an interview with Hello magazine, she shared, "I'd love to do television drama. I want to be on EastEnders. I'm ready for something different, something new." EastEnders has dropped a tense cliffhanger involving Ravi Gulati as his criminal activities take a darker turn. Ravi is secretly running an illicit drug operation alongside Oki and has coerced Harry into helping him. His efforts to solve his financial problems through illegal means hit another snag in today's episode when he officially bid farewell to Walford East, after the restaurant was shut down by HMRC. In an attempt to lift his spirits, Ravi agreed to a day out with Priya, Avani and Nugget, but his plans were derailed when he spotted a police officer near his flat. Oki revealed that their base had been raided, prompting Ravi to propose relocating the entire operation to Kojo's apartment. Harry was outraged that vulnerable Kojo was being dragged into the scheme, fearing he could face deportation to Ghana if caught, but Ravi snapped, trapping Harry's hand in a car bonnet until he consented to the plan. Meanwhile, Ravi's focus was elsewhere, and Priya was upset when he failed to show up for their outing. The pair argued at home, but Priya softened when Ravi confessed to repeatedly letting Avani down, and she reassured him that he was a good father. Their conversation then turned to family matters and their own relationship, culminating in a kiss as they grew close once more. After spending the night together, Ravi and Priya agreed to reunite, though Priya insisted it could only work if Ravi abandoned his criminal life. Ravi promised to find a legitimate path forward and appeared ready to text Oki, telling him the operation was over. However, a discussion with Zach about doing whatever it takes to support their families convinced him to change course, and that evening he called Oki, instructing him to ramp up the drug operation over the bank holiday. "I don't care how much you have to push the dealers," he said. "Move as much product as possible." The big question now, will Priya uncover Ravi's secret criminal dealings before it's too late? EastEnders veteran Colin Salmon has teased an upcoming storyline on the BBC One soap that he describes as very disturbing. The 63-year-old actor, who has portrayed George Knight for the past 2 years, has been at the centre of numerous dramatic plots during his time on Albert Square. When George arrived to take over the Vic, his estranged wife Rose soon turned up, threatening his relationship with Elaine Peacock. It later emerged that Rose had crossed paths with George during her years in witness protection. Unable to win back George's affection, she instead targeted his son and her former stepson, Junior. Amid this chaos, George uncovered shocking truths about his own origins. He had been adopted through a baby farming scheme in the 1960s. His birth parents eventually sought him out, and in a desperate bid to protect him, his adoptive father murdered George's biological father. During the subsequent trial, his adoptive mother passed away, and he learned he had 2 brothers still living in Ghana. Just as George's life seemed to settle, Cindy was viciously attacked on Christmas Day with a snow shovel, making him the prime suspect. Elaine also left him after cheating, adding more turmoil. Never seen before storyline on the horizon. Colin appeared on Good Morning Britain last Friday, dropping hints about the soap's next major plot. Speaking to hosts Rob Rinder and Charlotte Hawkins, he said, "We've got another storyline you haven't seen before. I did the farming storyline, and now we have something perfect for this time. Real, very disturbing, and it's coming." When asked for specifics, Colin remained tight-lipped. "I can't tell you what it is." The storyline could potentially link to his on-screen daughter Anna's upcoming exit. A spokesperson told Metro, "We can confirm that Molly Rainford will be leaving EastEnders later this year, and we wish her all the best for the future." Colin addresses rumours about moving to America. Colin also took to social media to dismiss speculation that he was relocating to the US with his wife of 37 years, Fiona Hawthorne. "I have not given up my career or bought a house in America," he wrote on X. "And my wife is not in her last days. Life is good and life is precious." He concluded the post with the hashtag #SeeYouAtCarnival2025, referencing the upcoming Notting Hill Carnival, London's annual Caribbean festival since 1966. Fiona, a visual artist and mother of their 4 children, lives with a rare lung condition called interstitial lung disease, which requires her to use an oxygen tank. Following her diagnosis, she underwent chemotherapy and steroid treatment, which can make oxygen absorption difficult. Colin's comments on social media slightly contrast what he told GMB, where he said, "Well, I think at the time I mentioned my wife was unwell, which has been resolved. She had the surgery, and I bought a house in America on July 1st. We're in a completely different place. Being in Walford, part of the plan for me was to see the BBC as the University of Broadcasting, where I can learn and work with great crews to make sure I get it right."